Visit OnTableTop.com and comment on all 3 days of the Flames of War Bootcamp to be in with a chance of winning one of 3 Flames of War bundles.
Welcome back to Warren Paints Minis. He's rocketing along, isn't he? How are you? Well, tell me your process first.
I'm zenithing now. Okay, so did the fast basing technique? You should have seen that. Did the Deptus Mechanicus Grey to give me a dark grey prime coat. So anything else I would stick to it. I still wanted to start with a primer. I then did field grey, just a straight field grey army painter that was in thinned. I then thought, why don't I put some white into it to lift the field grey slightly and do a zenith. All sounds very complicated, but just it means a tiny touch of a lighter version of that colour to the backs of the mini. So this is what I've got here. So the idea is that the sun is kind of on their backs. So I don't know if you're going to see it or not. I can see it. So they're slightly darker from the front and slightly brighter from the back. So it gives them that, I don't know, slightly more texture, John, slightly more.
You're adding definition through a highlight.
Yeah.
You're letting the primer be your lowest color, and as you bring it up,
is just tiny wee tap just at the top, just the tiniest wee tap just to finish off that highlight, just to right at the very top, just to give them that little bit of pizzazz. Because John tells me I can leave the helmet colors basically as they are. So this gives me a nice smooth finish on the helmet and the heads, and that's really all I'm doing. Look, there's anybody, like I know anybody watching this, it's anyway a professional painter is going, oh, you're doing it wrong, you're a gorilla with an airbrush now instead of a gorilla with a brush. Yes, I know that, but I'm your Joe Blogs hobbyist, and I represent. So this is it. And do you know what, at the end of the day and at the end of this boot camp, this is about whether I'm happy with the results I'm going to get and whether I think those results are repeatable, and am I likely to find a few more Germans that I would like to do this to.
So what's really important with this is you're building up the confidence and you're building up the enjoyment of the army through doing very simple repetitive techniques that when you step back from, you can smile at them and go, I'm confident I can do that again, and I'm confident in the result I'm going to get.
Yeah, it only has to look good for me and my opponent. At the end of the day, that's what I'm after. I'm getting advice from the folks in here on the kind of colors, but as regards the actual techniques, well, I'm just working that out as I go along. Find something that works for me. My little cheapy single action airbrush, it's enough to do this kind of thing. And if I paint these bases, I think that these guys are going bases and faces. Guns is pretty much where I'm going to stop, and then I might put a wash over the whole lot and see if that ties it all together.
Yeah, and that's the important thing to always remember, that if you're calling yourself a novice painter, just sit and play with stuff and just build your own confidence in it and build your own enjoyment in it. Because me, as someone that has a bit more painting experience, isn't going to turn around to you and say, no, that's crap.
Well, because you shouldn't, but you shouldn't do it, but there are 1 or 2 hobby snobs out there, YouTube, I'm going to come and find you.
So with that very poorly veiled threat, I will leave Warren once again to his painting, and I'm sure we'll come back to you again, maybe when you're changing color, and we'll see how you're going to tackle the guns and your tanks later on.
Probably going to, the tanks I'm going to airbrush, I think. Haven't built the tanks yet. I wanted to concentrate on the hard part, but I'm probably going to have to break out a paintbrush here very shortly.
Yeah. Well, good luck. We'll see how he gets on in a couple of videos time, I would imagine, as well. So guys, don't forget about the prizes we have up for grabs. Get your comments down below, and we will see you again very soon.
Visit OnTableTop.com and comment on all 3 days of the Flames of War Bootcamp to be in with a chance of winning one of 3 Flames of War bundles.